Power sports company Volcon making its public debut today. And take a look at this chart. Shares are surging in its first day of trading, up just over 110%. The company listing on the NASDAQ today. So we want to bring in Volcon CEO Jordan Davis. We're also joined by Yahoo Finance reporter Pras Subramanian. Jordan, that move in the stock today, 110% gain that we're seeing. Clearly, congratulations on what is an exciting day for you. But what do you make of the enthusiasm that we're seeing from the street today?
Well, thank you for having me. Yes, we're very excited about this. I think the enthusiasm comes from just a general enthusiasm for EV. There's a big appetite for the various EV competitors out there. And I think the fact that we are 100% off-road EV power sport company and the only one listed on the NASDAQ just adds a little bit of excitement as well.
Hey, Jordan, Pras here, and congrats again on today's debut. So how big do you think the market is for electric power sports vehicles, and what kind of pre-order interest are you guys seeing so far?
So I think the market is healthy. I couldn't comment on the total, volume. We see early demand as being very strong. We've been pre-selling vehicles now for quite a few months, and we have pre-orders of roughly 270 fully paid pre-orders. We continue to get a lot of feedback from both the marketplace and potential dealers about the excitement for the space, and commentary around things like from the dealer base, we know that this is going to be a big chunk of the market. I think that there used to be a perception that the EV technologies were emerging, right? But I think we're at a point now where EV technology is an accepted technology, especially in the vehicle space. So we think there's a very big appetite from a consumer for vehicles, both two-wheel and four.
A lot of us love anything with wheels. And I have to ask you, I'm looking at the website right now, the 2022 Volcon Grunt. When we look at a vehicle like this, I would imagine that you're saving in the production of it because you don't have all the gears and all the components that an internal combustion type vehicle has. But the price, at least online, of $79.95, $7,900. Does that put you out of the market for a lot of us who would love something like this?
We don't think so. When we look at the competitive landscape, and there are other motorcycles, EV motorcycles out there, we actually under-index at our MSRP. So we think we're very competitive. Some of the other features that we offer on the bike are things that you're not going to get in a substitute product like a combustion engine bike. So we will be releasing an app, for instance, that is linked to the motorcycle that gives you on-the-fly tuning capabilities, navigation. It serves as your interactive dashboard, and we have a roadmap for that product that's going to offer other cool features for the user at the end of the day. So, when you go back to your comment about the complexity of build or the non-complexity of build, yes, there's far fewer parts. Our bike has between 150 and 170 parts compared to the possible thousands that go into an internal combustion bike. But I think when you look at the fact that a customer doesn't have to change oil, change a spark plug, do any kind of technical work to the bike, that adds to the convenience, and that adds to what customers are willing to pay to have something that's both easy to ride and low maintenance, and over the course of ownership, a pretty low cost of ownership.
Hey, Jordan, so you guys are based in Austin, Texas, building the bikes there. Are you guys committed to U.S.-based manufacturing? And so far, have you guys had any problems with component shortages and things like that?
Yeah, so we are proud to be in Texas, and we're proud to be built in the USA. One of the things that we are focused on is to continue production in Texas and try to source as many components domestically as possible. Our bikes do have components from global supply chain, but as far as the continuity goes, we've been able to manage that very well. Now, we are facing the same the same supply chain shortages as the big three auto manufacturers, our own competitors in the power sports marketplace. There's no hiding from that right now. But we've got a really seasoned team, experienced team, and they've been able to navigate that well and keep us in parts.
Jordan, going off of that, I mean, have you had to change your strategy at all? I would imagine that maybe some things have been delayed as a result of the supply chain issues that you're not alone on it, but that the industry is facing at large.
So I think our strategy has remained the same from day one, which is to be a market leader in the space, and definitely the EV power sports leader eventually. As far as our distribution strategy goes, we have made some evolutions over the last few months, mostly so that we're able to scale in the future and keep up with demand while being profitable and delivering the product. So early on we were focused on 100% direct consumer model, and we continue to operate that way. We've actually been making deliveries now for about 3 weeks to consumers. We kicked that off on September 10th. We've also made some initial deliveries to retail. But going forward, we see a lot of value in partnering with the powersports dealership community and network, especially in the United States. It's well established. It's got a good track record of servicing customers and being able to provide an environment where they can test and see product, and then have some place to go back to if they need, accessories or service or any number of touch points. So as far as our corporate strategy goes, we really haven't pivoted there. But as far as distribution, we've taken a step back and looked at what makes more sense going forward.
All right, Jordan Davis, congratulations again. A big day for your company, CEO of Volcon. And of course, our thanks to Pras Subramanian as well.